Okay, number 8, clock. When activated, the clock input will be used as the source for the time control. And the time knob CV will control the divisions, multiplications of the clock that new audio will be recorded at. Okay, so right now we are in the external mode and we are following our project tempo. While the module is in internal clock mode, the LED will blink blue at the rate of the internal clock. Okay, so we are no longer following the project tempo. And again, this is a continuous, so this doesn't give you time divisions, this is a continuous change. Okay, so all the way from 16 seconds at the bottom, I'm gonna put it full, to basically 80 hertz, 1/80th of a second, or 80 cycles every second, if you will. And of course, nobody will stop you from patching an LFO into this parameter here, right? So let's take the triangular LFO of the Mother 32. This adds to the position, and this is a bipolar CV, so I'm gonna set it in the middle. Yeah, that gets pretty chaotic. In a good way. Okay, external clock. By pressing the clock button, we switch to external clock mode. And while the module is in external clock mode, the LED will blink white at the rate set by the external clock, which is currently 72 BPM, aka our project tempo. And the multiply divide setting based on the time control is, I already showed you that, so we don't need to go through that all over again. If the module has not received an external clock for at least 4 beats, one measure, at the last recorded clock rate, the LED will illuminate a dim white to indicate that there is no clock source present. So I'm gonna unpatch this. There it is. So basically that shows us that there is no clock source present. Okay, let's plug it back in. When there is no clock source, the clock will continue to run at the last rate until a new clock pulse is detected. All right, very cool. Okay, so number 9 is the mode button, which is this guy in the top right. Let me change this sound again. Put the mix back down to about 60, 65, 70%. Okay, number 9, mode selects between macro mode, which is the blue position, and the micro mode, which is green, and I will look into those two modes a bit further down. These modes are described below and change the way the bend and brake controls work. So like I said before, the bend and brake parameters are affected by the which mode we are in. The third one, which is the corrupt, is not. It's the same in both modes. Which is awesome, because I'm just loving this distortion. That's just fucking amazing, man. Okay, number 10, shift. So our shift button is used for secondary functions and additional features. When held, the controls listed below will perform their secondary actions. So I'm holding it down and it will give us the available options. So shift plus time knob up here is the glitch windowing. I will explain later on. Shift plus bend button is the stereo behavior, and as you can see it on the screen, we'll go through these all one by one, okay? All right, the audio inputs. We have stereo inputs and stereo outputs on the data vendor, which is amazing. The stereo inputs expect a modular level signal, but will work with line level signals. So some of these signals that I'm sending in here that are coming from Ableton, like the percussion pattern or my voice, obviously that's not Eurorack level. Certain things may make these very loud on the outputs after saturation, which is basically this, that will make it loud for sure, so be careful with that. The left input is normal to the right input when nothing is connected, which is this case right now. As you can see from these tip-top mixers output, we're going straight into the left channel, and that's the only one I'm using. I'm not using the right channel currently. Audio outputs, which are again stereo outputs, modular level signals, roughly in a range between input level and 14 volts peak to peak, which is, that's loud. 14 volts peak to peak, that's pretty freaking loud. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna cut this video right here because it's becoming a bit too long, and I don't want you to get ADD and lose interest. And we're gonna pick it up in the next one, where we're gonna start talking about the two different modes, macro and micro. Ouch. Macro mode and micro. What the fuck, man? Macro and micro modes. Whew. And that's where this is gonna get interesting, because these two knobs have totally different functions depending on which mode we're in, macro or micro. Yay, I said it. Awesome, so thanks very much for your attention. I will see you in the next one, all right? Ciao.